In what has become a weekend pattern here in Hong Kong, protest leaders spread the word about an event through social media. And out they come, starting with small confrontations that escalate into battles with police pulling out their entire anti-riot arsenal, including a water cannon with chemical-laced blue-dyed water. But even though it's become a routine, and even though the protesters will eventually get pushed out, to some, it doesn't matter. They say they will keep showing up.
If I really have to care about the success rate of the protesting, I never would have started to protest in the beginning. It's about our demands after all. We can't just keep silent and let things happen.
The movement started over a bill that would have allowed extraditions from Hong Kong to mainland China. It was permanently shelved. But the movement grew and intensified, mainly because of what protesters have said is the heavy-handed treatment by police as they crack down on the protests and unauthorized marches. For the majority of this unauthorized march through central Hong Kong here, the protesters faced little resistance from the police. The police were there, but there really wasn't any confrontation. It was when they got close to the government complex here, their final destination, where there have been kind of front lines. There's been confrontation and then a pushback, and then another front line has been established with the police just on the other side. And that's one of the front lines here on one side of the government complex. To show that protesters do not represent all of Hong Kong's people, a pro-Beijing group held 2 events across the territory on Sunday. A few hours before the march began, they sang the Chinese national anthem. And in Taiwan, viewed as a breakaway province by Beijing, a show of support for Hong Kong. People came out in the pouring rain as part of what's being described as a global anti-authoritarianism day. It's anticipated that the Hong Kong anti-government protesters will again come out in force on Tuesday. It's China's National Day, marking 70 years since the founding of the People's Republic of China. The protesters say they will use the occasion to continue their fight against what they say is Beijing's move to gain more and more control over their city. Scott Heidler, Al Jazeera, Hong Kong.